evening, everyone. I think we've got the majority of folks that are trying to get in. We got a couple of more that are still finding their way to the meeting. I want to wish everyone a wonderful, nice early spring evening. We had kind of a heavy rain earlier, but it looks like it cleared up towards the latter part of the day. So that's been awesome to see that sunshine come out. Want to wish everyone else a good, safe start to March as well, as we lead into our pollen season for some of those out there to get impacted by that, because I saw a lot of that getting washed away. Want to introduce myself. I'm Walter Slaton with Stream Realty, property management as well as leasing, and also my colleague, Ms. Michelle Jones, community manager, is on the call as well. We want to welcome you to the March meeting for our Pittsburgh Yards neighborhood virtual meeting update. We are in the punch phase of moving folks into the building, whether it be tenants as well as our co-working members. We've had a lot of activity in the building, particularly in the last couple of weeks or so, where we've had a lot of exciting tenants moving to the space, and it's been really good to see our co-worker members come in, kind of engage with each other, and bring a lot of life to the space that has a lot of functioning living space, but actually have that human interaction in the building. Social distancing, of course, it has been really, really good to see. As always, we like to talk about, in terms of the building, we are maintaining our same posture as it relates to COVID, where we do require all entries into the building to wear a mask, as well as making sure that we are using the hand sanitizers at all of the entry points where they're currently established, as well as in our co-working space and the meeting spaces. We have hand sanitizers as well, and obviously in the restrooms and the break areas, we have the ability for you to use both soap for your hand washing as well as the hand sanitizers as well. We've had some significant changes in terms of the building for those that hadn't been to the building in probably the last 2 weeks or so, where we've had the installation of the outdoor furniture as well as the finalization of the shipping containers. So those have been installed in the main portion of the Nia Building. It's been really interesting to see that come alive from where that was initially established as just a concept, but now currently it is a visual icon that is one to behold once you step into the building. I have some images of that, of the latest photos of that, but for some reason I cannot get those loaded up. So I will continue to try to get those up during the meeting. But for those that have not seen it, that is a good opportunity for you to visit the building and either do a tour or just drop by and see the latest installation of the shipping containers on the top portion of the Nia Building. We have a couple of new tenants in the building that I mentioned earlier on the call tonight, and I always like to have those tenants, whether they be our co-working members and or our tenant members, just kind of speak to their recent experiences as being part of Pittsburgh Yards, and really just to kind of give folks that are interested in moving forward in terms of being a part of the building a chance to kind of get a kind of in-depth feel of how the space operates and how it could be a best fit for you as an entrepreneur, small business owner, in terms of a space for you to use if you're currently in a situation where either you're not able to go into your current office and you need that co-working space to use as an opportunity for you to have your meetings and your sessions with your colleagues and potential clients. Or if you're a potential tenant that's looking for office space, it's definitely a space that we want to make sure that you get a good feel from our current tenants to let you know the opportunities that we have here at Pittsburgh Yards. So I'll start with Ms. Kiavani Shepherd. She's on the call tonight, and she's one of our more recent move-ins. And if you don't mind, Ms. Kiavani, just give us a little bit of your experience so far. I know you're kind of more of a recent move-in, but definitely let us know how your experience has been so far and how you've been enjoying being a part of Pittsburgh Yards.
Hi, everyone. My experience has been great so far. I mean, the move-in process, Walter, the support of just moving in, getting paperwork done, getting updates on meetings, follow-up calls. Like, I could walk in the building and grab Walter, and if he's available, he's going to talk to me. He even supported me with a fundraiser for my business. My space is like perfect for me. I'm a fledgling business owner. So a lot of things that I was learning or whatnot, Walter and the team really helped me. Just being a part of Pittsburgh Yards, period. I appreciate the historic value of it, the significance to the neighborhood or whatnot. And I am now the secretary of a newly formed business association in Pittsburgh, and I'm proud of that. With the BeltLine being approved and everything, I think it's just a great asset. And for anyone like me that's starting off, Pittsburgh Yards is the perfect way to learn, grow your business or whatnot. I just think it's a space to meet my clients instead of meeting them at the gas station in the car, you know. And I've been blessed during the pandemic to be able to grow, to get into Pittsburgh Yards. I am a resident of Pittsburgh also. I don't know what else to say. I'm just excited, and I'm honored to be a part of everything that's going on in Pittsburgh. And I'm looking forward to everything that's going to be going on later on.
Thanks, Kiavani. And she's definitely telling the truth about she will stop me anytime that she sees me in the building. So that was not an exaggeration. But that's been great because that's exactly what we're here for, to make sure you guys have what you need and also be successful as well. Thanks a lot for that, Kiavani. Also, I see Ms. Makisha Roby, one of our co-working members. If you didn't mind as well, kind of giving us some feedback on your experience of just being able to leverage Pittsburgh Yards for meetings and such, in terms of what you've been experiencing, because it's probably been about a good 2 months since you've been able to use the space as a co-working member. Can you kind of give us some feedback and what you've experienced in your time here?
No problem. And I'm sorry, I have a toddler, so the video will stay off for a moment. But
you're family friendly here. You're good.
I love the space. I live very close by, and I'm able to use that space if I need to get on a Zoom meeting for work, a quiet space with good internet. I'm also trying to start my own business, so I use that space for meetings and working with Tron with the market. So we've just used that space quite a bit to organize, get to know people in the area. I'm really happy to be kind of in a space where I can get connected with other things that's going on. I've lived in Atlanta for quite some time, but I've only lived in Pittsburgh for a little over a year. So it's just good to be in a space where I can, kind of get to know what's going on, get connected to the community, and just have a reliable, quiet space to kind of get work done. Sometimes I just need that space just so I can stay focused, and it feels like when I'm there, I can get work done. So I am extraordinarily happy to have that space. I'm extraordinarily happy that this economic engine is coming to this neighborhood. I really see a great need for it. And I just see so many different projects and programs that could come out of this space. So I'm just really excited to be involved.
Great, that's good to hear. And I guess that was a good segue into your partner, Mr. Tron Banks. If you don't mind, just speaking, not necessarily for what we typically ask you for, but you've been leveraging the space too as well from a co-working perspective, and have recently become a co-working member as well. So if you didn't mind, just kind of speaking to your experience in the space, using it and in kind of in that evening capacity.
Let me make sure everybody can hear me. I'll probably say a lot of the same things that Makisha said as far as using the space. It's good as an entrepreneur to be able to get out of your house and be able to use another space to stay focused. It's kind of hard when you're in your own house and have so many distractions. So to be able to get out and use the space for just different things is great. So I'm excited about it. I'm excited to connect with more people and more people in the community, and just love being a part of the project.
Thanks for that, Tron. And right on time, we have my last tenant that I would like to hear from. They are currently logging into the meeting as we speak. So hopefully we can get Miss Haleen Green, the Garden Queen, to speak of her experience here in Pittsburgh Yards. It sounds like looks like she's still trying to connect in. But she's been in our West Wing for about a month or so as well, as basically kind of leading the charge and activating that West Wing in terms of a user. So hopefully, Ms. Haleen, if you don't mind, can you give us, we've been talking to our recent tenants that have moved into Pittsburgh Yards, and we'll just trying to get some feedback in terms of your experience at Pittsburgh Yards, and just letting everybody know in terms of how the building as a structure has been working for you, as well as the model of just being able to engage with both because I've seen it happen with you, with both co-working members, folks walking in the building in terms of the openness of the building, and then other tenants that you've engaged with while you've been here. Ms. Haleen, can you hear us? Can you hear Ms. Haleen? Uh-oh, look like she may be having some technical difficulties there. Can you hear us, Ms. Haleen? Uh-oh. Sounds like she's having some issues. So while she's getting her technical team to help her out with her access, what we'll do is we'll move on to our update on our engraved brick program. Miss Michelle Jones is the lead on that in terms of our engraved brick program. I know currently she is kind of doing double duty. So what I will do is I will play the video. Hopefully we're able to get the video to play of the latest update on our engraved brick program. Give me 1 second to get that started for you all. Let me share my screen. All right, can you all see my screen now? Hopefully.
No.
You cannot. Can you see it now? All right, good. All right, so we will let that play.
We can see it now.
Good, good, good.
Can't hear anything.
Can't hear anything. I can't hear.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, Ms. Green. Maybe Tron can tell us what the, I didn't know you could skate, Tron.
I'm a very avid skater. I kind of grew up skating, so yeah.
Maybe you can give us what the audio said.
I was basically just talking about the location of where the first installment of the brick trail is at the beginning of the entrance of the property, and once it's completely built out, where to connect to down the BeltLine. We're just pointing out these different places. So the path starts where the entrance of McDaniel and University is, and it's going to stretch all the way into the BeltLine from there. And so it'll be once it gets like 200 or so bricks to be installed, then that's when the next installment will take place. And I'm not sure exactly where we're at with the next installment, but Michelle knows all the details of that. And these are some of the just different placements and renderings. It's actually, well, that's the logo actually, but a video rendering of things that are going to be built out along the brick trail, as far as benches, a double-sided clock, things of that nature that are coming in different phases of the project also.
Right, we're at about 100 bricks sold for the next section.
All right. Is there any other thing, any information you guys want to add in reference to the engraved brick program, either Michelle or Mr. Tron Banks?
No, just we appreciate y'all's purchases, and we need to sell more bricks before the summer. So thank you, everyone.
And for those that haven't seen, we do have some miniature versions of the bricks in the property management office. So they're actually pretty cool. If you haven't seen those, again, an example of what you can have in terms of the verbiage on the bricks. There's some really cool examples in the property management office. So feel free to drop by to get more information about that as well.
Can you all send out another link to purchasing the bricks? Because I purchased the brick, but I would like to purchase some more, in honor of other people and like my daughter and things. And I, just have the information somewhere in the email. Too lazy to look for it.
Sure, we definitely could get that information out to you.
Thank you.
And actually, I know I saw you earlier. I think you're actually driving, but we do have flyers in the property management office. So if you want to grab those the next time you're here, you can pick those up as well. That'll have information about the project.
Okay,
That's even better because I'm doing a event for a new person that's running for office on Saturday, and I can have the flyer out there and promote Pittsburgh Yards and maybe get some people to buy some bricks.
Great. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Thank you for that. All right, so we will try to get Miss Haleen Green back on the call. Miss Haleen, are you ready? Did you get the technical difficulties out the way?
Tap to speak. Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear. We were wanting to get your feedback in reference to being a recent tenant in Pittsburgh Yards, particularly in our West Wing. So if you don't mind, just give us a few minutes of your experience here, since you've been here probably about like maybe 2 months or so now, and just in how you've been able to leverage the space as a tenant member.
Well, it's been 3 months.
Oh, 3 months. I apologize.
Yes, coming up it will be 4. So I have been, well, did you mention that I do have the community garden at the end of the fence? No. On the small green space?
I did not mention that yet because I was 100% sure that you would. So I did not mention that. I didn't want to steal your thunder, but if you don't mind, before you do that, just kind of give everybody your tenant experience first, and definitely let everybody know about your event that you'll be having on April the 4th.
Okay. So yes, I have had a wonderful, busy time using the space. Very grateful for the space. You see, because of the fact that I have the garden down there, it kind of intertwined, because what I was going to let them know, my worker space is for doing like building boxes and doing whatever there is to be done for the garden when the weather is not good on the outside. I will use the space to do whatever. And I have been able to go into the space, plant my seeds in my containers, build my boxes, and then transport them down to the garden. So you see, I have used my space very wisely, and it has done very well for me. I wish I had 3 more spaces, but I cannot afford it because I have so much to do and I could use a lot of space. Anyway, I thoroughly enjoy being at Pittsburgh Yard, and it is working for me and my garden. And like the other person before me mentioned, we could also invite people to participate with the bricks when we do the grand opening. Is there anything else that you would like me to mention while I'm still on?
No. I mean, other than that, I thought you were gonna talk about your event on the 4th.
Yeah, well, I am. No, I'm pertaining to the suite. I call my suite Studio 115W. That's what I call it. Yes. So when I referred to the suite, I referred to it as my studio. And it's my building studio. So I love it and appreciate it and love everything that's going on, and wish lots more people would be there. That's one of the things that I'm lacking. More tenants.
Yeah, I think you've done a good job in terms of, leveraging the space where both the co-working members that have been or just other tenants, just leveraging that opportunity to engage yourself with others that you bump into. So that's been real interesting to see that kind of organic interaction happen in the building. So that's really cool.
Yes, the space is working for me. And like I say, more space for the future. Now, hi everyone. This is the garden part of me. This is Haleen Green, the Garden Queen. And I am operating a community garden, which is Atlanta's largest container garden on the small green space next door to Metro Tire. We are having our grand opening on April 4th, Easter Sunday, April 4th. When I made the date, I did not know it was Easter. And then I took a survey and people told me it would be the best time to have it because there'll be so many, people wanting somewhere to go. Now, religiously, I don't do Easter egg hunt, but I surely do organic herbal tea hunt. This will be the first organic herbal tea hunt. I will make up over 200 small bottles of all of my different 35 variety of herbal teas. I will bottle them, seal them, bag them, and hide them all over the garden. And so when visitors come for the day, it is publicly announced, they can hunt for herbal teas. When they find it, they can keep it. So it's April the 4th, Sunday, April the 4th, from noon until 6. You will be able to come, eat, drink, find, and tour the BeltLine, at least view the BeltLine and view the property, the outer part of the property at Pittsburgh Yard, and see what's growing in the garden at Pittsburgh community. Any question?
I was wondering, Haleen, if you could talk a little bit about what's going to happen with all the containers over time. I think you said you're going to do workshops in the garden?
Oh, yes. For the containers, I came up with this slogan, adopt a pot. You can adopt a pot. It's going to be like about 3,000 pots, large pots with fruits, vegetables, and herbs planted in them. They're going to be blank pots. And when you adopt a pot, I will plant whatever you like in the pot, or I will teach you how to grow in a pot. The main reason for that, adopting a pot and for using the containers, is to teach people that they don't have to have acreage. They don't have to have acreage to be able to grow and feed themselves. They could choose whether they want to do herbs, fruit trees, vegetables, or flowers. Whatever you want to grow, you can grow it in a pot, and I will teach you how to do so. If you don't want to adopt a pot, you can purchase a pot and you can take it home full with seedlings, and you can take care of it at your own house. I also have garden boxes. And so the garden boxes are have a lining on the bottom, and I have plastic on the ground because I'm not planting anything in the ground since we don't really know the condition of the soil. So nothing touches the ground. Everything will be in containers. And I have vegetables just growing wild. We're going to divide it into 3 parts. It's going to be a vegetable garden. It's going to be fruit trees, and it's going to be a small botanical garden. I need the community to participate and come out and help me make suggestions. So when I, next month, on the 4th, I will advertise it myself. But when the newsletter comes out on the 4th, we will advertise for the community to come out and participate in the classes when we get a date, you know, settled. At the present moment, I don't have a date. I'm waiting to get some, you know, more plants in. I have real good, rich soil that was donated to me, 20 tons of it donated to me by Foodwell Alliance, who have helped me with grants and supplies over the years. Over the last 10 years, they have been helping me out. So last week they dropped 20 tons. That's 20 bags, and each bag weighs a ton. It's real quality soil. You don't have to help it out, but I do composting. So I have fruits and vegetables, cuttings, rotten fruit and vegetables, peeling skins, paper, cardboard, everything going into the bottom of the pots, wood chips, and I'll be teaching all those things, all the natural things that comes out of the soil, going back into the soil. Anything else that I can mention?
I think that was a lot, Ms. Haleen. Definitely the Adopt a Pot project. That sounds kind of interesting. I like that. I like that tagline.
Yes. Yep. You can adopt the pot, you can foster the pot, or you can let the pot stay here and operate as a community.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for that update, Ms. Haleen. And I think that's kind of an awesome transition into talking about the latest update in regards to the Pittsburgh Farmers Market. So, Mr. Tron Banks, if you don't mind, just give us kind of a up-to-date, up-to-speed messaging on where we are with that project and program. Take it away.
Okay. Actually had a lot of meetings the past few weeks. One of those meetings was with another market that wanted to do like a partnership for a 1 week market. They do a 1 week market over in the West End. The market is called Atlanta Indie Market. They have a pretty big following already and a pretty established market. They've been running for about 6 years now, and we met with their team, and they're looking to expand, and we felt like it can be beneficial for Pittsburgh and both parties really, because how it would work is some of our vendors would be able to vend in their market and vice versa. So it'll be more exposure to the vendors in the community to be able to be activated on, you know, different properties. And like I said, it'll be a once a month combined market, along with our other weekly markets once we get everything rolling. We've also submitted all our forms for SNAP, and we'll be looking for April 1st will be the application process with Georgia Wholesome Wave to be able to double SNAP. So we'll keep everybody updated with that to see where we are with accepting EBT and being doubled. Some other things, we had a meeting with prospective vendors about a week or so ago, and if you missed out on that one, we're having another one at the end of the month, March 31st, and we'll put the link for that in the Instagram, well, the Zoom chat link, we'll put that in our Instagram account bio. So go follow Pittsburgh Community Market on Instagram, and we'll have the link in there so you can join the Zoom call on the 31st. Some of the things that we talked about in the prospective vendor meeting for last week was just what we expect from vendors and what vendors might need. So a couple of people reached out via email just to talk about what their needs were as far as selling hot food and how we can. They would need milk, and the kitchen in Pittsburgh isn't ready yet. So we're just thinking different ways to help people out. There's a lot of interest. It had a pretty good call, and that's actually without sending out a full email blast to the Pittsburgh Yards, like the entire email list. So we'll be sending out, look out for an email from us for the market update. It's kind of like a co-working session because we're taking ideas and just coming up with the look, the feel, how everything is going to work as far as the market is concerned. So definitely be on the lookout for that. And we're going to have, just for people who are in the seed stage, we're going to have more things to get you started, more links, more information. If you're looking to start a business, we want to be able to help. And for people who are already established, we want to be able to help them grow. So all of us are in this together as entrepreneurs, and we're just going to be looking forward to working with everybody and scaling. Trying to think, is there anything else that we talked about? As far as the meeting with Atlanta Indie Market, part of our concern was that they do have such a large following. They have 120 vendors that they have for their markets. And we wanted to make sure that Pittsburgh for that week isn't just the minority, I guess you would say. So we definitely want to look at the numbers and make sure that Pittsburgh is well represented. We won't be turning anybody away. So if you're not ready yet, we'll definitely be willing to help you get ready. And part of the partnership was also Atlanta Indie Market, they have teaching that they do to bring people up to speed on vending and just being legitimized as a business. So like I said, all of those things we'll be talking about in our next meeting. So join the Zoom call on the 31st. Like I said, if you're not following Community Market, just go ahead and follow the link in there. And if Makisha has anything to add, you can go ahead and.
You pretty much said it all. I am looking forward to the Atlanta Indie Market partnership. You know, they offered help for our startup markets, kind of support for them as they get started. So yeah, right now, one of the tasks that I want to help definitely with is assessing where people are in their stages of starting their businesses and getting the word out in the community that this opportunity is there. I think maybe their market for people who had heard about it might have been pretty intimidating to get started with. So we're really trying to take that aspect out of it so they don't feel intimidated, that they feel supported, so that they can be successful. Like, we really want to help people in Pittsburgh and Southwest Atlanta in general that want to get started, selling their wares, because a lot of people, are good at making what they make and growing what they grow, but just need a little support in growing and scaling up. So hopefully this will be that.
Thanks to you both, Lakeisha and Mr. Tron Banks, for your good summary in terms of where we are. I mean, actually myself, I can't wait to when that's kicked off. I know that partnership will be a benefit to both the neighborhood as well as Pittsburgh Yards, just from a marketing advertising standpoint. I've seen the Atlanta indie market does bring up a pretty large crowd when they do have those events. So that's going to be awesome to see that kicked off on the site. With that, we will roll over into our property management leasing portion of the meeting in terms of updates. To that, as you heard tonight, and there's a lot going on at Pittsburgh Yards, both inside and outside the building. We do have availability. We are currently at about 40% leased. So definitely, if you're interested in leasing space, we would encourage you to sign up for one of our weekly leasing tours. The tours are on Thursdays from 10:30, and then we have tours going all the way until 3:30 in the afternoon. The tours run about a good 30, 45 minutes, depending upon how many questions are being asked during the tour. You get a good brief history of the project, as well as you'll get a good idea of pricing and availability. So if there's anyone that you know or anyone that you can talk to that's looking for office space, maker space, definitely let them know that we are ready and willing to have them join the tours and move forward with becoming a part of the Pittsburgh Yard community. As well, in that same vein, the co-working memberships are available as well. As you've heard, we've got co-working members in the building pretty much 24/7. That co-working membership, as I understand, is probably one of the best things going, particularly compared to some of our competitors out there. Just one of the main pieces that folks love about having the Pittsburgh Yards co-working membership is that we do provide a 24-hour access. It's something that you aren't able to find anywhere else in the Atlanta area. I can definitely tell you that, especially for the price point that we offer for that opportunity. So definitely stop by the property management office if you want to pick up an application or to find more information, or make sure you visit pittsburghyards.com for more information about both the tenant offerings as well as the co-working memberships. Are there any other questions, concerns in relative to Pittsburgh Yards for anyone that's new on the call in terms of where we're located, for that matter?
Walter, I got a
somebody go ahead.
I got a quick question, Walter.
Go ahead, Kevin.
And I forgot, because some of the officers on the newly formed Business Association, they've never been to Pittsburgh Yards, and they expressed wanting to do a tour. So how many people could do a tour at one time?
That is a good question, Giovanni, and your comment is impeccable.
Some of the officers and some of the partners that we're working with also wanted to do a tour, and they want to do it together. So.
Yeah, I mean, and so we've recently increased the number of participants in the tours that we're currently having on our Thursdays. And mind you, also Thursdays is our kind of designated day to tour, where we just set aside the building. That's all both me and Michelle are doing on that day. But if that day does not work for you, if you need us to set up a different time outside of those Thursdays, we definitely are open to impromptu tours, which we most of the time we end up doing anyway. So if you have a time that you have that's outside of that Thursday time window, definitely reach out to us and we can schedule something. We're definitely willing to work around your schedule. So you can have them reach out to us directly, Giovanni, if those dates and those times on Thursdays don't work for them, and we can figure something out. It's not a problem. Was that all?
Great. Yeah, great, thank you. And you know what? I didn't tell people what I do really quick. You know, I have a nonprofit single parent emergency assistance director, and basically what I do is help single parents that, you know, utilities are about to get cut off or they need that deposit to move into a space. I help them with up to $150 with those costs, and we pay it directly within 48 to 72 hours.
Thanks for that, Kivani, because I think from your standpoint, especially in the times we're in now, it's definitely a needed service. And as a matter of fact, when you, next time you stop by, make sure that you drop some cards off at the property management office so I can make sure those are readily available in case we need to provide those to anyone.
Yes, sir.
All right. Any other questions? Any other updates or any information that's just good for the team as a whole? All right, and I don't see anything either in the chat or any hands raised. If not, I'm gonna wrap up the meeting. I will, as always, thank everyone for the time. I know, especially now with the weather lighting up and we're getting more daylight, these evening meetings are a little tough to attend, especially a virtual meeting, right? We love to be outside and enjoying the weather. So I definitely appreciate you all's time. I definitely do not take that for granted. As always, if you have any questions, you have any concerns, you can always stop by the property management office to catch me, myself, Ms. Michelle Jones. We're definitely here to help you in any way to get you through the process, be that either co-working and or through the lease process. We are here Monday through Friday. So if you drop by, if you call, or if you reach out to us via email, we're always readily available to help and respond. With that, if there aren't any other questions or any other informational updates for the good of the team and the group, I will call it an evening and wish everyone a wonderful evening and good night.